MC again from SLE Canada. SLE stands for Study, Live, Explore Canada. So we're a group of international students helping future students to get their student permit or to give some ideas how to settle here or just give them some random facts about Canada. So today we're going to talk about part-time jobs while you're studying, or what are your possible salary after school. So I just want you to give some of my background. I studied in Nova Scotia Community College January 2018. So I studied for 16 months. So I stayed there for six during my study, and I went to Toronto, worked for a bit. So we basically drove across the country. So we went to Toronto, and then final destination Vancouver Island. So now I'm on Vancouver Island. During my first month in Canada, when I was a student, I made sure that I have the social insurance number. So that's a SIN number. Everyone needs to have that because that's a requirement by law. So you need to make sure that you have that. And as a student, you're only allowed to work 20 hours a week. And during official sem break, where you can double check that in your school website, during official sem break, you are allowed to work full-time or 40 hours or more than 40 hours a week. So that one is very important because you want to make sure that you're obeying the law here in Canada. You don't want to have a problem eventually once you're getting your post-graduation work permit. So that's for your requirements for you to start your job. So the next thing that you're gonna prepare is your resume. So our resume in the Philippines is just different. When I went to Dubai, I worked in Dubai for a few years. I also changed it because they have different format. So I guess every country they have different curriculum vitae or resume format. So here in Canada, what I noticed is they don't put their picture. They don't put your status, if you're single or married, or if you have children. You don't put your passport number. You don't put your religion, because the reason being is that they don't want you to be discriminated or something. So that's what I learned from school. So because I was wondering why they don't have picture or they don't have religion or something on their resume. So our instructor in NSCC explained that they try to avoid to put those details because they want to avoid you to be discriminated based on your color, based on your religion, or etc. Yada yada yada. So make sure that your resume is updated as per Canadian way. So that's it for resume. So once you have your resume, you have your SIN number, you know that you can only work for 20 hours a week. You can submit your resume through online, or you can also submit it in person. For me, I would suggest submit it in person. That's what I did when I started working as part-time. So I didn't work right away. I kind of assess my school schedule. So after a month, I started looking for jobs. So I started my job at the restaurant. The pay was really, really low when I was in Nova Scotia. I started around $10 per hour. I actually started 8. Imagine that. I could not imagine having like $8. I could not imagine that I accepted that offer. But yeah, it's $8 per hour. That was during my training, and then they changed it to $10, thank God. And then I only stayed there for 2 months because it's just hard to work in the restaurant and then you're studying as well. It's physical work and mental work, so combined is just brutal. So that's it for my first job, and then after that I applied at Home Depot. Home Depot is nice. There are a lot of old people working there, so they're really nice to me, and I was the first Filipino working at Home Depot in our area. That was really nice, so it was a good experience for me. I learned a lot when it comes to building materials. So, and also they offer some tuition fee reimbursement. That was really good, but I didn't. But you have to stay for a year with Home Depot. So I remember they can reimburse you up to $3,000 per. Not sure if it's per semester. It's $3,000 per semester. So, but then I didn't stay at the Home Depot. I actually earned around $12 at Home Depot in Nova Scotia. The pay in Nova Scotia is just too low, so that's why I only earned $12. So after that, so I have a background in nursing, so I tried to look for another job and applied at any home nursing. So I got a job at Evergreen Home Nursing. So the pay was around I guess it was around $17. That was kind of quite a high. It's pretty good, a pretty decent as pay for a student. So when I was there, it was good. It's just exhausting working in home nursing. So that's the downside of working. You get more money, but you have to work more, physically abused. I'm just joking, but yeah, that was my pay during my time in Nova Scotia when I was a student. And then after school, I tried to look for another job. So I'm done with school. I went to Toronto. It was a good experience too. It's okay. It's just expensive to live in Toronto. So I got a job there, and the pay was really low too. It's just they want me to work for $15, $15.50. Imagine that, Toronto, $15.50. Are you serious? So maybe it's just I wasn't lucky enough to get a good job, but that was NOCB. It was one of the in-demand jobs, but they don't pay good because in Toronto you have a lot of competition. So if you go to small medium businesses in Toronto, I think they try to give you they try to pay you as low as possible. That was my experience, but I think if I'll look for another job, if I stayed in Toronto, I will get more than that. It's just that I just don't like living in Toronto. We just decided to just move and drive again. We just didn't want to stay in a big city. It's just too much for us, and Toronto is not for us. That's it. So after that, so we drove again for another 3 weeks. So we drove across Canada. So we decided to settle here on Vancouver Island. During my road trip, I tried to look. So I quit my job right away without any replacement jobs or anything. So I quit my job and then we drove, and then during our road trip I tried to apply online. So this company on Vancouver Island, it's a construction company, and they replied to my application. I was surprised. So and then they replied, and then I told them that I'm not yet on Vancouver Island, but I'm happy to have an interview. Are you okay to have a Skype interview? by any chance? So I asked them, and then they said, yeah, sure, we can set up an online interview if you want, and blah blah blah. I was really surprised that it was amazing. It was just magic. So they interviewed me for 1 hour via Skype, and then after that they contacted me again the next 3 days, and then they said they sent me an accounting. I was applying for an accounting position, so they sent me an exam. So I have to complete some accounting exam, and then I took it, and then I submitted again, and then they said I passed. So that was good. So I passed exam, and they said, okay, we'll make the decision this week, we'll contact you again. I was like, okay, maybe they're not gonna get back to me, and then they did. So during our road trip, I got the job. So I was like, we were driving. I know that I have a job waiting on Vancouver Island. So for you guys, I would suggest, if you want to move to different province, try to apply online. That is possible. You can get a job online, just like what I did. But you always need to ask. You always need to have the initiative to ask if it's okay to have an online interview. If I didn't ask, if I was hesitant or I was afraid to ask, I would not have this job right now. So right now I'm very happy with my job. The pay is really good, so I will give you some idea. I'll give you some range. So the pay here on the island will be not lower than 20 bucks. So the usual range of the salary here is $25 per hour to $30. So that's the usual. If it's lower than 25, you have to think twice. That is not the usual pay here. So that's it. I think that's it for today. So I hope I gave you some ideas how, like, the salary, the differences between Nova Scotia, Toronto, and Vancouver Island. So I don't have any regrets working in Nova Scotia, or that I started low, but I got some great experiences with me that I will never forget. So that's it for today, and if you have any comments or any suggestion, or if you have any question, you can just comment below and I'll try to answer that or make another video, I guess. And then if you have more questions about getting your student permit, or if you need someone to proofread your study plan, or if you need someone to support you through your application, so we're having a mentorship program right now. So if you're interested, you can just click the link below where it says mentorship, and then we can start from there. So I think that's it for today. I hope I'll see you soon again, and thanks for watching.